Shalom. Giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Worthy to be praised for everything. And loyal to His glorious and holy name. We've been looking at the Apocrypha, which is 14 books that the Protestants took out of the original King James 611 Bible, which I have one here. We talk about it all the time. I want to show you. I have one here. And going to the table of contents, so you see this says the Holy Bible, 1611, King James Version, right? So when you look at the table of contents, this is the original King James 1611 Bible. I'll let you know that the Apocrypha was here in the King James original 1611 Bible, but the Protestants took it out because it's still in the Catholic Bible, but it's not in the revised version King James Bible, because someone felt that it wasn't canon, as they call it. And without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to prove that it is the word of the Most High. And we look at the laws in the Apocrypha. So when you take to the fact that they've taken out some of the books of the Bible, which is 14 books. Most people that go to church don't even have this. Here it is right here, table of contents right here. Table of contents right there. You can see it. I could read it off to you. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. So these are the order of the books of the Old and New Testament with number of their chapters. Now this is the books of the Apocrypha, right here. See right here. See the books of the Apocrypha. The original King James 611 Bible. Esdras, First Esdras, Second Esdras, Tobit, Judah, rest of Esther, Wisdom of Solomon, say Wisdom, Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, with the Epistle of Jeremiah 6, Song of the Three Children, Story of Susanna, Idols, Baal and the Dragon, the Prayer of Manasseh, First Maccabees, Second Maccabees. It has books of the New Testament. So the Apocrypha is in the middle between the Old Testament and the New Testament. They took that out. So a lot of you don't really know the Bible. You don't really know that this is in there. The books of the New Testament: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Epistles of Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, Epistle of James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, and Revelation. So this is the complete Bible here. As you can see, and you see in the middle says the Apocrypha. That's what we focused on. So it's very important that you see this. See what it says? Holy Bible, 1611, King James Version. So we're going to continue to look at how the law is throughout the Apocrypha. So, like most people don't even realize why we are today even calling ourselves Gentiles. Gentiles in the past, and Gentiles in the present. But it's all here. Look at before I go any further, I want to go to as always Colossians 3:17. It says, whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the Lord and Savior, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. That's how we give thanks to the Most High by Him, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. And I'm not speaking in no foreign tongue. I'm speaking in Hebrew. I'm saying in the name of the anointed Savior in Hebrew. And the reason why I say it in Hebrew is because it tells us go to the prologue of the Ecclesiastes. And it says about the, I'm in the middle of the verse. It says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue, which we know the Bible is translated from from Hebrew to English and Greek to English. Wherefore for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small differences when they are spoken in their own language. You see? So that's why I speak in the Hebrew when I say, in the name of the Lord and Savior, Baha Shama Mashiach Yahushua. Most had showed me, Hamashiach is very important. There are many Yahushua, Joshua name. This comes from Joshua. He who saves. But there's only one, a Mashiach. That's the anointed Savior. The Messiah. The only one and true Messiah. So we're going to look at, let's go to the law. Let's go to Exodus, the 20th chapter. This is where the Most High gave Moses the 10 Commandments. Now, a synopsis of the 10 Commandments, it represents how we serve the Most High, how we love the Most High, and how we serve each other and how we love each other as the Israelites. The law is based upon those principles. How we love the Most High and how we love our neighbors ourselves who are Israelites. So Exodus 20th chapter says, and the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Out of the house of bondage means out of slavery. Thou shalt have no other gods which are idols before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So you can't love the Most High unless you keep His commandments. And that's why I'm going into the Apocrypha, showing you that the law is verified in the Apocrypha. Well, that part of the understanding of the Bible you don't have unless you know exactly where to go to find it. That's why I'm giving it to you. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High thy power in vain, for the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Most High. You hear that? The seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Most High. Just count on your calendar from the first day to the seventh day, because that's all we deal with. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. So you count 7 days and you see what it is. You'll see that it's not on the first day, as this world have you going to church on the first day of the week, honoring the Son, God. So 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power. This is the Sabbath of the Most High. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that are within thy gates. For in 6 days the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Now that's dealing with honoring the Most High, loving the Most High. Now, this is starting to deal with love thy neighbor as thyself, as an Israelite. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. So that's the 10 Commandments right there. And all the people saw the thunderings, and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They got scared. They started seeing all this happening. They was afraid. And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not the Most High speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, fear not, for the Most High has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. So they seeing this and hearing this and making them afraid to the point where they trembled, so they could be afraid of the Most High. You see this? A lot of people don't understand this. You ask them what fear is, they don't know it's to be afraid, to be scared. Now you know that they were scared. They told you that in 19. And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not the Most High speak with us, lest we die. From what? From hearing what? The thunderings in verse 18, and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. See? He ran away from the mountain. So, Moses said unto the people, verse 20, fear not, for the Most High is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. See, you're supposed to fear the Most High so you don't sin. That's why, therefore, you're thinking about him before you do whatever you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do. It's very important. So, I want to look at Ephesians 2 and 11. Ephesians 2 and 11. See, the problem with a lot of us, we don't know anything about our history. First of all, you don't know that you really realize that you are an Israelite. So if you don't realize you're an Israelite, a lot of this wouldn't make sense to you, because you got to be told or taught by someone that's really, if they're not really a Hebrew Israelite, really don't really understand what this word is saying. But listen to what it says. Ephesians 2:11. It says, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles. Hear that? Ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. So the brothers that came from, or that lived in around Jerusalem and so forth, they call these brothers that's living in the land of Ephesus Gentiles. They call them the uncircumcision. But they're Israelites. Let's prove it. Go to Ephesians 1. You can do this amongst all these chapters of Paul's writings. Paul, an apostle of Mashiach Yahushua, by the will of the Most High, to the saints, is addressed to the saints, which are at Ephesus, and to the faithful in the Mashiach Yahushua, right? So, who are the saints? Psalms 148:14 proves who the saints are. Gives you who the saints are. So it says to the saints. So you see this in mostly all his writings to a certain people. Psalms 148:14. We're defining who the saints are. He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people, the praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? Even of the children of Israel. Who are we? A people near unto the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. So it's talking to the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, those that are scattered in the land of Ephesus. So you see it says, wherefore remember, in Ephesians 2:11, that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh, made by hands. So the brothers that was like, and had, raised up with a Mashiach Yahushua, or raised up as an Israelite, knowing that they're Israelites, they called the brothers like in Ephesus that were Israelites, they called them uncircumcision, and they called them Gentiles. Let's prove that. Go to the book of John 7:33. St. John 7:33. Then said Mashiach unto them, yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Going to the Most High, back to the Most High. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me. And where I am, thither, where I'm going, the place I'm going, ye cannot come. He said, then said the Jews among themselves, listen closely, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? See? Dispersed among the Gentiles are the Israelites. And we're going to get more into this, proving this as we go through these scriptures pertaining to the Apocrypha and the Revised Version Bible, to show you that it coincides right with what we're dealing with here. And teach the Gentiles. So they call them Gentiles. That's why, going back to Ephesians 2:11, it says, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision. That was the Jews that was speaking of Mashiach Yahushua, that was around Jerusalem and so forth. They saying the ones that's, the ones that scattered, they're Gentiles. Just like some of you call yourself Gentiles, but you're really the children of Israel, in the flesh made by hands. Verse 12, that at that time ye were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise. See, they were strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope, and without the Most High in the world. See, so this is very important to see how we were programmed, even to this day, to think that we were Gentiles, and it was running rampant, as, the other nations. When the Most High told us in Jeremiah 10:2, learn not the way of the heathen. But we scatter among the heathen, learn their ways. So, go to Isaiah 29:14. Isaiah 29:14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, who are the Israelites, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. See? So, if our wisdom of the wise men, they would be the ones that would teach us, is perished, and the understanding of the prudent men be hid, and that's why we can naturally fall into the prey of these other nations. You see? Thinking that we're Gentiles when we really the Israelites. Verse 15 say, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Most High, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? Nobody see me. You can't see me. And who knoweth us? Who know that we doing what we doing? Got understanding. Say, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Shall you say that the Most High didn't make you, who made everyone? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Is you going to say that to the Most High? That's why the Most High said, verse 13, wherefore the Most High said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, I love the Lord. I love Jesus. You hear that all the time. And with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart, which is their mind, the way they think, far from me. And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. So they follow man. What man has said. If you're going to follow what this man, myself, I say, go by these scriptures. That's what I'm bringing to you, the unadulterated truths of this Bible, the understanding of what we're supposed to be doing according to, thus say the Most High. Can't go wrong with that. Go to Psalms 117 and 8 and 9. So, like I said, we've been taught by the precepts of men. And most people don't know, like I said, the Apocrypha is in between Malachi and Matthew. So you really, if you go to church, you really haven't been learning the total truth. You just got a little bit of the truth. And a lot of you don't really have that because it's not being taught properly, else you would know that you're an Israelite. Psalms 117 and 8. It is better to trust in the Most High. You hear that? It's better to trust in the Most High than to put confidence in man. It's better to trust in the Most High. How you gonna know him? From this Bible. The complete Bible though, with the Apocrypha in it, as I showed you. You're not gonna find the truth completely if you don't have the truth completely. So if you have 14 books that's taken away from you, how you gonna know the whole truth? You can't tell me the history between Malachi and Matthew if you don't know the Apocrypha. And you know the parables of Daniel. You know the one spoke about it. And if you don't know history, then you're not going to understand the total truth. You have to understand this. You say it is better to trust in the Most High than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in the Most High than to put confidence in princes. You understand this? But you trust in man. That's why I say you've been taught by the precepts of man. Religions and so on, that's a precept of men. Because you won't find no religion in this Bible. Go to Jeremiah 17. Ask your pastor, what happened? I mean, because you look at, I say that because in Malachi, we're the Persian Mede Empire. When you get to Matthew, which is the next chapter over, starting of the New Testament, it'll allow you just know about, we're in the Roman Empire. So what happened to the Greek Empire? It's missing. You can't go from the Persian Mede Empire to the Roman Empire and eliminate the Greek Empire. So what do you know about it? You don't know anything about it if you don't know the Apocrypha, because it gives you the kingdom that took down the Persian Mede Empire in First Maccabees. It's clear. The Apocrypha is clear. You're going to see that it's clear. So go to Jeremiah 17 and 5. You can't trust in man. Trust in this word of the Most High. Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus said the Most High, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. You hear that? That's why you curse, because you trusted in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Most High. Your mind depart from the Most High because man's telling you this is what you're supposed to believe in. And a lot of you don't want, you're too lazy to study, so therefore you're not approved of the Most High, and you don't know how to rightly divide the word of truth. Well, all these topics that the word of the Most High gives us of life, you can't do it because you're lazy. Jump into verse 7. Blessed the man that trusts in the Most High. And didn't we hear that before? Blessed is the man that trusts in the Most High, and whose hope is in the Most High. Whose hope the Most High is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, because it's going to be cool, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought. No matter if it's a drought or not, you're going to be flourish as a tree planted by the river. neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Fruit's going to be coming on the tree all the time. Tip talk, that's the Most High speaking concerning how you want things to be. Look at Isaiah 33 and 18. Isaiah 33 and 18. Thine heart shall meditate terror. You know that? See, our mind going to meditate terror. Where's the scribe? Where's the scribe? Where's the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers? Where is he that's looking over the people, looking out for the people? The towers, when you watch it, you're looking out for the protection of the people. Make sure nobody coming to invade you, to take you off your mark and trying to make it to the kingdom. Thou shalt not see a fierce people. Thou shalt not see a fierce people, a people of a deeper speech than thou canst perceive, of a stammering tongue that thou cannot understand. You're not going to see this. Say, look upon Zion. Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel, the city of our solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation. Oh yeah. A tabernacle that shall not be taken down. When the kingdom come to us as the Israelites, not one of the stakes thereof. You hear that? Not one of the stakes thereof. We put a tent up with a stake, it ain't gonna never be removed. Shall ever be removed. See? Shall ever be removed. Neither shall any of the cords thereof be broken. But there the glorious Most High, or Mashakabashai, will be unto us a place of broad rivers and streams. Like I said, it'll be like a man planted by a stream, where his fruit never die. Wherein shall go no galley of oars, neither shall gallant ship pass thereby. No one's going to be floating in this river. It says, for the Most High is our judge, the Most High is our lawkeeper, the Most High is our king. He will save us. The Most High will save us. Remember that. They know, because it tell you in Deuteronomy 29, verse of Deuteronomy 28th chapter, Deuteronomy 28 and 29, Most High gonna save us. He gonna send a Mashiach Yahushai, who's not coming as a man, to redeem the 12 tribes of Israel. Deuteronomy 28:29, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Hear that? The Most High said he gonna save us. And that's what we look forward to. It's gonna be beautiful. So let's start looking at some of these verses in the Apocrypha. Go to Ecclesiastes 41 and 8. Because the law is in the Apocrypha. It talks about us keeping the law. Listen, Ecclesiastes 41 and 8. Woe me destruction be unto you, unrighteous men. I don't like to use that word, God, because that's a European invention, Lord and God. So ungodly is unrighteous men. They created that word, and they made us call them God and Lord until this day, because it's in the Bibles. The pictures in the Bible. Woe be unto you, destruction be unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High, God, or Most High power. You see that? It said, destruction unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. That's deep. If you increase, All you that's saying we not under the law, and you're an Israelite, he said, if you increase, it's going to be to your destruction. This is your consolation right now. But he's letting you know, hey, he's going to destroy you. You increase, oh, I got this, I got that, but you still saying we ain't under the law, we ain't got to follow the Most High. You're not dealing with him. These are his laws. He the one brought forth these laws. You're not dealing with him. So, he let you know. Woe, destruction be unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if ye increase, you might gain a lot. It shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. Woo. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion. Wow. If you're born to a curse. If you die, a curse shall be your portion. You're still going to get cursed. All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again. Your body go back to the earth. And you die. That's what he's saying. So the unrighteous shall go from a curse to destruction. You hear that? Unrighteous going to go from a curse to destruction. The mourning of men is about their bodies. Because the body goes back to the, somebody died, the body goes back to the earth. But an ill name of sinners, those that transgress the Most High's laws, shall be blotted out. Hear that? An ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. Wow, that's deep. The name will be blotted out. Verse 12. Have regard to thy name. It said, have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. It's going to continue with you. You have a great name while you live. It's more powerful than great treasures of gold, being rich. A good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever. Hear that? A good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever. Go to Proverbs 22:1. A good name endure forever. And what better name can you have than a good name with the Most High? Man, like I say, don't trust that man. But some people looking at trying to make sure they please man. They man pleasers and not pleasing the Most High. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, as we just said, rather than gold. And you see how it coincides with the Apocrypha? A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. See? So, this is wisdom. Look at Ecclesiasticus 42:1. Ecclesiasticus 42:1 in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 42:1. Of these things be not thou ashamed. Of these things, you can say, be not ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. So you're not supposed to be partial to anyone in sinning because of, they don't believe or they don't know. You can't be partial to that. That's what he's telling you. Of these things be not thou ashamed. And don't be ashamed because someone wants you to accept what the world says is okay. See? Don't be ashamed and accept no person to sin thereby. See? Of the law of the Most High. See? Don't be ashamed of the law of the Most High and his covenant. His covenant that he made with Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. And of judgment to justify the unrighteous. See? Because you're going to be right there with him. That's why it says you can't be ashamed of the law of the Most High. Being partial to people that want you to sin thereby. They want you to follow them as they're sinning. That's why he said, hey, those that don't know are going to be beat with less stripes than those that do know. You know you're going to be beat with more stripes than those that don't know. You can't follow whatever somebody tell you that don't know. That's unrighteous. Believe this. Say, of these, verse 1, of these things be not thou ashamed. Don't be ashamed of this. Because you tell them, no, I don't celebrate Christmas. No, I don't celebrate birthdays. No, I don't celebrate Easter and Halloween and any of their holidays that they set up on this earth. Because you following man. Remember it said you following the precepts of man. A lot of people going to be burned up behind this because they're not going to want to listen. They want to do exactly what they want to do and going to find themselves in a fight with the Most High. And you're going to justify the unrighteous. Nah. It's better to see life than to see death. That's the only choices you have. We got a choice to choose life or death. Go to Leviticus, the 19th chapter. Go to the law. Leviticus, the 19th chapter. And we're going to look at verse 1. The Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel. So he's talking to the children of Israel. And said to them, ye shall be holy, for the Most High your power am holy. So we got to be holy, because the Most High is holy. Look at verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Hear that? Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. You know, thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. And what's the righteousness we got to judge our neighbor by? Deuteronomy 6:25. This is the righteousness that the Most High wants us to judge. And that's what he's showing you. There's no partiality. Ain't no respect of persons. The poor, the rich, the mighty, anyone. Deuteronomy 6:25. We got to judge them by righteousness. What's righteousness? Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness if, was a condition, we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our power as he have commanded us. That's going to be our righteousness, that we do what the Most High tell us to do according to the commandments. Deuteronomy, the 1st chapter. Well, the verse 1, so you know who it's talking to. And you can't gainsay on this, because you can say it's talking to anybody you want to, but the scriptures say what it said. Like I said, you want to follow me? Follow what the word of the Most High said. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Can't get no clearer than that. Okay? These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel, to the Israelites. So we're going to jump down to verse 17. It say, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, no matter what. They're your friend. They, like he just said, poor or wealthy, don't matter. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small, which is the poor, or those that, are not mighty, the small and the great. You shall not be afraid of the face of man, but the judgment is the Most High's. Hear that? Because you're going to judge by according to, thus say the Most High's word. The judgment is the Most High's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. That's what Moses is telling them. If it's too hard for you, bring it unto him, and he will judge it. So, from there, we're going to look at Proverbs 24 and 23 to 25. Proverbs, just showing you how you can understand through the precepts, but the Apocrypha goes right along with the regular Bible. That's what I'm showing you. Proverbs 24 and 23. These things also being to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. See? It's not good to have respect of persons in judgment. So if you counseling a couple, married couple, and the man is your friend, he's telling you, that you can't have respect of persons in judgment, making a judgment because that's your friend. You got to go by the law and the word of the Most High to make the proper judgment so that you're not biased. In other words, you're not biased. You hear the sides of the story and you make the judgment. Listen. He that says unto the wicked, thou art righteous, when you know they wrong, you telling the wicked, you righteous, you right, when they wrong, him shall the people curse. Hear that? Him shall the people curse. Nation shall abhor him. Nation gonna hate you. But to them that rebuke him, you wicked. You let them know that that's wicked, that's wrong. You unrighteous in the way you think, the way you act, the way you speak. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight. And a good blessing shall come upon them. Hear that? Good blessing gonna come upon them. That's doing the right thing. Deuteronomy 16 and 19. Deuteronomy 16 and 19. Deuteronomy 16th chapter, the 19th verse. Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons. See? What's that telling us? We ain't supposed to be respecter of persons. Neither take a gift, for a gift does blind the eyes of the wise. You're supposed to take a gift and then give a unjust judgment because somebody gave you a gift. You still gotta bring forth the righteous judgment. Neither take a gift, for a gift does blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. See? Somebody give you a gift, oh, here go a gift, man. That's like bribery. Trying to bribe you into following their way, or let them be right when they're wrong. That's like calling evil good and good evil. There's a judgment for that too. So, this is what we're looking at. That's why we have to know these scriptures. We have to know what the word of the Most High says to be able to make the proper judgment. And they got to take it up with the Most High, point blank. Look at Colossians 3:25. Colossians 3:25. This is the Most High. This is concerning the Most High. For our respect of persons. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons with the Most High. No respect of persons. And with us, as we just read over and over again. As it said in the Apocrypha, there's no respect of persons. But we know that Most High don't have respect of us as individuals. Go to Exodus 2:25. This is what the Most High do have respect for. Exodus 2:25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. Yeah, we as a nation, not as